Hey, what's going on, y'all? Good morning. It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing the squad, of course. Today, we're going over a deck that has not been showcased on my channel. It is Zephyrus. I fell in love with this deck, like, instantly. This is the spiciest deck profile for Zefra that I could come up with myself. Let me know if you've seen spicier. I tried my hardest to make it as unique as possible. Make it feel, look like me, run like me, and pretty much be a build that you can't find anywhere else. This is Zefra, Mythical Beast, Abyss Actors. How do I say that all together? It's like Electrum Turbo, but it's still Zephyrus. Zefra Spaghetti? I don't know. We're gonna find a really good name for this deck, but you're gonna see the deck list right now. Let's hop into the main deck. So we're playing 3 copies of Zefra. Hopefully you can see everything in a clearer view. But Zefra is the main Zefra monster. I'm so grateful that we got this card in Maximum Crisis. Took the Zefra deck to a whole nother level. The Zefra deck is very interesting because it has so much utility. They have the ability to do a lot of things. They have a lot of different card effects, vast variety of plays, negations, just great turn 1 boards. All of their traps are insane. All their spells are insane. Their monsters are ridiculous. They're just a well-rounded, balanced deck that's not really weak in any area. They have a strength in every area where most decks are weak. Zefra is any skill is the only one that doesn't restrict you from only summoning Zephyrus. He can modulate his skill as well, and then he can basically tribute your entire entire board and summon himself, and then conduct a second Pendulum Summon for Zephyrus. This is the only deck I could think of that actually Pendulum Summons twice. Then he summons Zephyrus from the deck. He's just like an amazing boss monster. 3450. He's so good. He's the best one. 3 Zephyrus. Zephyrus the engine. You gotta get this guy. He everything is so great with him. 9 pillars pop him, search another one. Electrum pop him, search, draw. Just so much utility for this card. He's just great. I wish he wasn't once per turn because there'd be so many ways you could search out all of your Zefra traps in one turn with the right setup if he wasn't once per turn. I play 2 Zefraxi. Zefraxi is pretty good at 2 in this list. Honestly, I don't think that you need the 3rd. Sometimes you'll think it comes up, but once you get 1, you can honestly just keep Pendulum Summoning it and adding it back. So I still play 2 because you actually need a decent amount of Zefra names in my opinion. For my one-ups, I play Pilika. I play Zefra Thubin, and I also play Core. Now I'm going to show you all my extra Zefra cards that I have. I have extra Wars, extra Divine Strikes. This is my Abyss Actor stuff because I play Abyss Actors as well. It's just a spicy tech that I had in mind. Windy, I got Zephyrus, I got Saitan. I was even thinking about these cards. I like Chosen. It's like the 10 effect. If it comes up, that's crazy. It's like hard reset. And then Path locks out any Pendulum Magician matchup, so it's really good. But theoretically speaking, I could play the 6, just play all the names, but it's like a major space issue. And then I thought to myself, do I need a pop sets? Not really. I'm not too worried about it. Do I need to add from my skill to hand? Occasionally it might come up, but never enough for I feel like I need Zephyrus. And I was like, Windy adding from extra deck. Electrum does that already. And these are the cards that I probably would actually add in as more of these. But yeah, that's pretty much the Zefra lineup. Really, really solid. I like it. I wanted the balance between the 1 and the 7s. As you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 7s, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. So if you look at it, you literally have an even amount of skills. 4 lows and 4 highs, which is perfect for me. You don't want to draw too many of either. And don't forget Zefra is all of them. Pretty decent, Zefra lineup in my opinion. It varies by player. Honestly, every deck list varies by player. There's really no standard list for me. I don't net deck people, so I just like to build decks the way I want them. You play 3 Astros and also 3 Chrono. This is a beautiful engine for your Electrum plays. They also turbo out other extra deck cards like you already know, Naruto, Vortex, other things like that. They are dark spellcasters, so they help to occasionally make your what's his name, Starving Venom, so that you can copy your Electrum, just to make better plays. And also in the Dino matchup, which is relevant, when they do Conductor and flip your monster's face down, you can contact fuse for that fusion, use it, target Conductor, gain his effect, irony to that, right? So the Graph Sorcerer engine, did I play another engine? I play Abyss Actors. Now, this is something I know for a fact that nobody's playing, so I was telling people on my team today, I was like, okay, I'll share my goo, but don't let anybody steal my goo. I gotta make sure that I get it out in the word, I just get it out that I was doing this first. We already know that Metaphors Abyss Actors existed a long time ago, but nobody's playing Abyss Actors right now. Not even like a core or nothing. They're just playing this guy to make Electrum, but I'm playing the Abyss Actor core. It's a really powerful engine. It helps me to literally break the board of Decode, Naruto, and also Vortex, plus the Jackal King, right? You got negate, negate, negate. All these negates, you literally just flip the spell and blow everything up. When you have Superstar, they can't respond. They can't even negate it, so it's really strong. So like I know for a fact nobody, like literally nobody's playing this engine. So this is my goo. I didn't want people to steal it. I already know people are gonna net deck me, but just like know that this is OG. This came from my my retarded brain. I don't even know why it works, but it's crazy. I don't know why it works. Wild Hope is insane. You pop him with your Electrum, you get more pluses. You just search any actor card. He boosts himself to beat over. He's level 4, and he's dark for the fusion, and he's level 4. It's really good. 2 Curtain Raiser. You don't need 3 because it's actually searchable. There's really cool combos where you can actually just get this out to make your Electrum. I'll show you when we get further in the monster lineup. 1 Superstar. The only reason why we're playing Superstar is for the interaction that comes up with the spell. Where well, first of all, let me explain this. When you Pendulum Summon with him in the middle of your Pendulum Summon, unless your opponent is striking you, they cannot activate any other traps. They can't Torrential, Bottomless, you know, they can't activate Time Space, whatever it is. They can't activate it. This card says when it's normal summon or special summon, your opponent cannot activate card effects. So when you use him in your Pendulum Summon, he protects your Pendulum Summon from everything but Strike or Warning. Because, you know, they can negate the summon, that's fine. But if the summon goes through, they can't activate other traps. Like I said, Torrential, Bottomless, all that. It's really, really good. And it's card effects in general. So it gives you a lot of protection. And it just... You summon him, you use effects, set the spell, blow up their entire field, and now they can't negate it with Vortex, they can't negate it with Naruto. They like that. It's crazy. You just, all you really have to do, and theoretically speaking, you would have to bait out the Jackal King, but the thing is, you search out the spell with him turn 1. So you already have the spell. So you'll just activate it, blow up, then use this effect, set another one, and then blow up again if there's anything to kill. It's really, really powerful. It's like a main deck auto win in that matchup. Like, you just literally break the unbreakable board without, like, Spear Mode or anything. It's just insane. I really like it. And like I said, this is my goo. I know nobody's playing this, but I'm going to put them on and watch. They're going to start net decking me and everything, I promise, bro. The Mythical Beast engine, like, this is really popular. I actually agree with this engine. It's really strong. I personally only have 2 Master Cerberus, and I only have 2 Jackal Kings. But I probably play like still 3-2-1. I think that's the correct ratio. But you can do the 3 Jackal Kings. Really good card. Monster Negator, strong, powerful boss monster. And then, you know, the Cerberus is like a 1-card play to make your Electrum. You just pop him, search him, use effects, special him from extra deck like normal. Or if you already had Astrograph, at that point it's crazy. Like if you open with Astrograph and Cerberus, that's a ridiculous combo. That's why I really need the 3rd Cerberus. It makes a difference. And I like the Basilisk. It comes up occasionally to put your Time Gazer back into your deck, draw a card, and then resolve your Chrono again. Really, really good. For more fodder, for more engine, you play 2 Lusters. Luster turn 1 is pretty strong. I like it a lot. Like Luster, Wild Hope, you can go Luster, pop Wild Hope, search another Wild Hope, and then separate chain Wild Hope will get Curtain Raiser. Then you go Curtain Raiser, reveal special, make your Electrum, and then you can go off of your combo at that point. You can even pop Luster if you feel like he's going to be in the way of your scale, if you want to Pendulum Summon higher than 4, which is really cool. So it's a great combo. There's a lot of ways to make Electrum in this deck. A lot. The Abyss Actor engine actually helps out a lot. Trust me. Oh, that goo is so... It's spicy, bro. I'm telling you. Time Gazer Magician, really, really solid. I'm not playing Stargazer, just Time Gazer. You're just using Chrono to special from hand. I'm sorry, Astro to special from hand and search. Really, really powerful. The monster lineup's pretty fat. But I actually like it that way. I just want to open up with a lot of scales. And then all the spells actually just turn into scales too. So for spells, we play 3 Oracle, 3 Zephyr Providence. You play 2 Optimus Prime and search your field spell, which happens to be searchable by this and also searchable by Zefranu, and Zefrath gets Zefranu. You have like a million ways to get your stuff. It's like this deck is really, really consistent, believe it or not. And then this is like the best spell. It's like the auto win. Like I said, this is my goo. It's my personal tech. It's original. We're playing this. It's not hard once per turn. You just like summon your like 1 or 2 Abyss Actors. You flip this, and And it's basically this card. I'm gonna read it to you. You target face-up cards on the field up to the number of face-up attack position Abyss Actor monsters with different names you control. You destroy them. If you control a level 7 or higher Abyss Actor monster, your opponent can't activate anything in response to this. So they can't negate it with Vortex. They can't negate it with Naruto. They can't negate it with Decode Talker. They can't do anything. Herald of Perfection can't negate this. Solemn Judgment can't. Nothing can. You can't stop it. It breaks your board no matter what. And it also has another effect. If this card is set and if this card set is destroyed in my possession, it lets me add, as long as I have Abyss Actor in my extra deck, it lets me add up to 2 Abyss Actor cards or Abyss Script cards. So I can add like another one of this, and then like a Wild Hope or a Curtain Raiser or Superstar. It's really, really good. A lot of engine. Really, really consistent, powerful, just searchers. I was considering playing one of this and one Abyss Tainment to add it back, but it's a rare occasion when you're going to have a lot of Abyss Actors to like actually tribute. Granted, this is a great card. You can use this, just tribute, add it back. And then when this one's pop, you special any number of Abyss Actors from your deck. What I do want to play though is the one that gains you life points, because if it's pop, you draw 5 cards and you keep them. You don't have to do anything. It's like Skull Dread, but worse. You just draw 5 cards, that's it. I need to find that one. I'm looking for it. But yeah, if like this card gets popped, it's horrible. But that's it for the spells. The traps, I'm playing this lineup. I play 2 9 Pillars, 1 Divine Strike, and 1 War. Now, I keep extra Wars and 9 Pillars because like I really want to do 2-2-2, but I know that would be overkill because that's just too much traps. But also, this deck isn't like Pendulum Magicians where you have to draw like everything scales. You can actually draw Zefra and another scale. Like, let's say, for example, you draw a bunch of traps, right? Like, let's say you draw all 4 of these traps, or like 3 of these traps, and then you draw, like, I don't know, Curtain Raiser, right? Just a random hand. And you draw Zefra or Providence or Terraforming or Zefra Oracle, right? So you can literally go, or I'm sorry, not him, like a low scale, right? My bad. So let's say, like, you draw just like a low scale, right? Like, it could be Wild Hope, for example, right? So you can, like, scale Wild Hope, and then you can scale Zefra, and then off of these 2 cards, even if the other 3 cards in your hand, for example, are traps or like this, right? You can go Zefra, put your Zefranu in the extra deck, and he becomes scale 7. Then you could just Pendulum summon this from your extra deck and use this effect, search out another one, and you can still make plays off of that. So like this deck, like I said, it's not like Pendulum Magicians. It's not the best when you open up with like 2 scales, but the thing is, with 2 scales, you can actually make a lot of plays. Just crazy. Luster Wild Hope, Chrono Astro, Astro Cerberus. Like, there's a lot of ways to do it. So that's like I guess a competitive edge that this deck has over the Pendulum Magicians, that it can play real traps and do it effectively, and it can also play a lot of hand traps if we wanted to. Like, say I was taking this to a competitive event, like, you know, YCS, regionals, nationals. I can play, I know for a fact I can fit 3 Gammas, 3 Ashen, 3 Drolls, no problem. And maybe like 2 Ogres, right? Like, it's too good. Like, the engine's powerful. I'm telling you. I'm like low-key kind of salty that I'm releasing my goo to the public, because like I know maybe I might run into somebody at regionals and they might like try my engine out and be like, dang, this is good. And then all of a sudden, bam, everybody's playing it, and I'm gonna be like, man. Extra deck is Chao Feng, really, really strong. Powerful. He affects the player, not the monster. So I really wish that I had different attribute Yangzins, because like theoretically speaking, if you can make him with the light, they can't do conductor or like gamma or just like a lot of things. But he can lock out Earths, which is fine, because in the Dino matchup, they can't use the babies, so like you just turn off baby effects because all the babies are Earth, which is really good. So Chao Feng's strong. You just summon him, 9 Pillars him, and then you're playing hand traps in your deck, right? Like, I should be playing Ash Blossoms. You pop him with 9 Pillars, negate Shuffle, search Ash Blossom, and then negate something else. Really strong play, solid play. I still play him in my extra deck, even though I'm not playing hand traps in this list, because if I was to take this deck, right, I'd be playing hand traps. And I have all the hand traps. Ignister, all these are ultis. I like this. Ignister, Baxia, Yazi, Edifice Horse, and Stardust Charge Warrior. So all these come up, right? Charge Warrior is for the Oracle Zephyr play, where you can stack. You can put any card on top of your deck and then draw it. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 2 stack, and then Chainlink 1 to draw. Really, really good. Very powerful. You can put, you know, any hand trap. If Maxi wasn't banned, you put Droll, you can put Ash, you can put Dark Hulk, put Raigeki, put Spear Mole, put Kaiju. This is like Zefra is literally the only deck I can think of that has a combo where they can add any card from their deck to the hand. That's pretty broken. Zefra has a lot of potential. Metaphys Horus, he can either negate face-up cards, or he does my favorite effect, which makes your opponent give you control of one of their monsters. They get to pick, but the cool thing is it affects them and not the monster. So if the monster is let's say, for example, a Magnus, right? A Great Magnus, the Super Quantum Great Magnus, if it's a Raid Raptor Ultimate Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon or Masterpiece or, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's unaffected by every card effect, they still have to give it to you, which is really cool. And then Yazi's crazy for the combos, going second. Sometimes turn 1, it's nice to sit on him, because you can always, like, sit on him and then 9 pillars him and he'll float into a Zefroxy, and then Zefroxy will be there, which is really cool. I'm sorry, Zefranu will be there. Really, really awesome. Baxia to shuffle cards, and then he can pop cards like your Wild Hope, you know, your Zefranus, just spin cards, and then generate advantage, just special from grave, search. Really, really powerful, great card. There are times like when you need him, so like you'll use him and then like target itself. And depending on what you made them with, target yourself something else, and then spin those back, and then you can make them again, which is really cool. Just really, really solid synchros. Wouldn't change it. The links are Decode and Zefra Metatron. Now, spoiler alert, I had 3, I repeat, I had 3 Electrumites. Remember when I told you I had to sell them to pay my rent? Oh, that wasn't a joke. I had to sell my Electrumites to pay my rent. So if I had Electrumites, I would obviously be playing them. So I really need to get my Electrumites. I already know what I'm going to take out. But these are the links right now, Metatron and Decode. And then we have Vortex and Starving Venom for the fusions. And then for the XYZs, you have Absolute, you have M7, you have Moral Leader, you have Sleepy Boy, and then Tornado Dragon. Like, I'm not playing hand traps, but this is good because this can add hand traps too. So like that is pretty much the extra deck right there. Like I said, I'm missing like 2 Electrums. I probably just keep the Electrum at 2 because I'm still playing him, or I could just cut him and then just play 3 Electrums. I already know what I'm gonna take out. I need to get my Electrums really. This deck is really, really savage. I like it a lot. It's mad powerful. It's really consistent. I wish I could play more Abyss Actor cards. I really like the Abyss Actors as a core. If you guys notice how I am with deck building, I like to make decks like hybrid. Like I like to splash stuff. Like you see my ABC Invoke True Draco. You see my True King True Draco Destrudo stuff. You see like an Infernoid deck with like a billion engines. Like this is what I do. Like I try to just make stuff work. Like I have these crazy ideas and just be like, oh, let's see if it works, and then it does. I thank you guys very much for watching this deck profile. I hope that you enjoyed it. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content, and you will definitely be hearing from me soon. I gotta get some sleep. I actually didn't sleep all night last night. I've been just uploading videos. Peace.